This is your daily market review for Wednesday, September 11, 2024. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Wednesday, September 11, 2024. Hopefully you're having a great day. Also, never forget what today is. Interesting day in the market. Again, if you look at the Stock Traders Almanac, we talked about this in the daily market reviews. 3 bull days in a row, 10th, 11th, 12th. We know the market going into the FOMC meeting next week probably is going to be held up, as no one wants to unload unless it's at higher prices into some sort of Fed announcement. So, knowing such, as your main man here does know, we expected some bullishness. Even though I am long-term bearish, did not mean I cannot hedge, or I do not hedge sometimes and actually go long when I'm short. It's a nice little pair trade. And then you can close out some shorts, use that to go long, and if it goes up, boom. In today's action, call it what it is, roller coaster. We talked about it again. If you're involved in the Discord room, you probably made I hate to curse, but a shit ton of money potentially on certain trades if you traded them and executed them well. And again, having the confidence to look, hey, wait for extremes, trade calls, sell puts, do whatever you got to do. Either way, congratulations. Very happy for folks. Again, some of the folks got an SMCI, some Apple, some Micron, some NVDA. Again, great trades by some of the homies in the group posting what they're seeing. It's always appreciated. Again, appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. You guys are amazing. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, and you have not reached out, what are you waiting for? Please, lower rates potentially coming. Again, near term, we'll see what happens as we go into the FOMC meeting, but we do know that if you're looking to buy or sell, invest in real estate, have a plan. For the love of all that is gracious, have a plan. Don't just wing it and go, well, now I want to buy a house. No, let's talk about your future plans. Let's help build a great plan so that there's no stress. Again, follow, like, subscribe. Man, look at that. Also on the Twitter. Also hit the notification bell on whatever platform you are watching this on. I'm telling you, well worth it. Get the updates. Also, Back to Basics education series is on the YouTube channel and the website, thetradinagent.com. And again, a lot of people are newer to the channel. Again, we're checking out all the resources, all the videos, all the ideas on here. Great amount of assets. And last but not least, let me get the order right. Hit me up if you want to chat. Calendly link. Ding me, ping me, whatever you want to call it, whatever the kids say this day. You got the Riz, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Hit me up. Let's talk. How can I help you? Let me know. All right. CPI data came in basically as expected, but no one cared, as I tried to express multiple times. With oil prices down 20% off the highs when they calculated last data, even if it came in higher, the market doesn't give a shiznit. Again, especially near term going into a Fed rate cut. They want to mark it up, looking like one cut as of right now. Bitcoin, oversold bounce. How much more? Again, probably not going to go crazy until when? FOMC meeting. Oil, talked about this, hitting the range lows. Congratulations. If you wanted to play the bounce, definitely a little bounce there. Makes sense. Again, it's worth the reference point makes sense. This again is where we talked about oil. Was it like 78, 79? Got down to 66. Yeah, market doesn't care. Natural gas, again, like it long term. Want to see a one handle. Will be patient. If wrong, not like it couldn't be a monster move like we're expecting. So whether I miss it by a point, half a point, not too concerned long term. I think, again, natural gas prices will be going up, and away in time. Got it? Capiche? Any questions? Again, leave a comment below. Let me know how I can help you out. Dollars we talked about broke the range. This is now looking like it could backtest the 200-day and the breakdown. Keep that in mind. That's a beautiful little trap potentially. Again, I'm not believing strong dollar, weak dollar. I don't care. I'm just looking at the volatility. Bonds, as I've said, the easiest trade in the market is buying bonds and just being patient. If you have, congratulations. I know some of y'all who are just like sleeping at the wheel, and it's great. That's what you want to do. Sometimes there's nothing to do. Keep it simple, stupid. Again, I think we could get up to the 108s as we've talked about many times. When? I don't know. It's not going to get there in a straight line, but take your sweet time. Let it play out. Again, it's an easy trade in my opinion. Buy dips, let it play out. VIX, not so easy with the markets. It's going to be volatile. We talked about, said this, also too, Lucas reminded me, we have a VIX options expiration next week on the 18th. Will they not try to kill the VIX into that? You bet your sweet ass they will. VIVIX, we talked about this, pulling back. Keep an eye on it. SPY, look at today's range. Look at today's range. Who bought the dips? Talked about multi-day range here, but then also too, look at this. Oof. Up to the 20-day. Now, again, I don't know how much higher we can go. If we gap up tomorrow, this is my gift to the bulls. If you are bullish in trading around it. If we pop up tomorrow, take your profits and in the week, go for a hike, go for a sailing, go do something fun, go get away, enjoy the profits. Because in my opinion, think about it, right? It's an easy trade. You just crushed it. Oops, text. Absolute crushed it. So just looking at it, I'm like, probably watching the 557 area. But again, my biggest trade has been, again, short tech, but now it makes sense to long it. I've said this. Here we go. Coming into the trend line. Coming into old resistance. That would make sense to me, y'all. I'd be watching for that next couple of days. That's the easy trade. How can we go back up high, fill gaps? That's all crazy talk potentially, but if it does, it does. In my opinion, again, I think we will be going lower in time. It's just, again, look what happens when the Feds pivot. Again, IWM lagging, perfect for longer term weakness. Again, expecting some bounces, but yeah, it looks weak. It's not leading. Remember, leading up is the key for the IWM. DIA bouncing around, whatever. Gold, kind of same thing as Bitcoin, just kind of hanging out. Not really much to say. Silver, not much going on with that, right? It's in a big pennant. GDX, again, we like miners long term, but I don't want to buy them up. I want them to get slaughtered. GDXJ has been lagging. We talked about that. Zoom is out. Zoom is out. Keep it simple. AEM, this has been a monster. Letting it play out, letting it come back. AG, this has been a laggard. Hits some range lows, gets a little bounce. Makes sense. And again, all these names, they're tradable avenues. It's just, again, in my opinion, if you want to play them long term, I agree. We're in a, as I've talked about, we're in a big pattern. Basing pattern. And if you hit the range highs, the market starts pulling back after the Fed meeting, keywords after, not probably before, it's going to get sloppy and choppy. And again, it could get sloppy and choppy in front of the Fed meeting too. That's kind of my thinking. And then you have pass here, chopping around. Not much to say. Tech, let's get in. This is where the money was made today. If you bought calls when we were talking about it, you may have doubled and tripled your money in less than a couple hours. 100-day, but bounce. Again, this thing is it looks like a big choppy consolidation pattern. Watch for the 175s. You're not that far off. Micron, we talked about this having a very easy, secure potential bottom. Nice gap up, fills the gap. If you bought more calls on that pullback, which someone I know did, me. Could we fill the gap? It's not out of the realm. AMD, again, these names got oversold. Now near term, it looks like Kamala is potentially leading. We're going to sell chips to everyone in the world, especially our enemies. Don't be surprised. Here you go. 158. NVDA. I talked about, I didn't think we'd see 117 today, but I know some people bought some calls on this. Wink, wink, huh? Hey. 117. Now, when I step back and go, well, could it not get, fill this gap up here? Test this one. That would be the epic trend line chop out. Now, again, this is the thing. If you are bullish, for the love of God, please, more you're up, less you own. Take profits. SMCI, you're welcome. Talked about this today. Barely down. Zip floats right back up. Are you surprised? No, you should not be. Intellectual property. Range lows should be holding. SMH goes oversold, chops around, hits the 200-day, bounce. Now, a lot of people are again, trying to figure out where exactly does it bounce to. Don't bring a ruler to trading. When you're happy and fat and you're taking your profits, take your profits. Just don't get too complacent. It's a trader's market. The Adobe, I like the short up here, letting it chop around. The applesauce looks like it was due to bounce. We talked about multi-day range. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to go back to the eyes, but if you're playing the trade from 217 up to 225, 228, it's easy. It's free money. Amazon, Same thing. Talked about this potentially filling a gap. Look at this. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you to jump in front of the short or just close all your longs immediately, but you get up there, you should think about it. That's all I would say. Meta, again's chopping around, held the range lows. Look at that. Wick out, bearing out, and then comes right back. CRM, another one we like, interesting to watch, chopping. Google, again, another one that some folks played. Makes sense. Said oversold. Like, do I have to like say it over and over and over and over and over again? No. Okay. Look at Microsoft chopping back. Can we get up to 423? Can we get up a little higher? I mean, your guess is good as mine near term. All these things oversold, rally back, trap out, get people excited, get them bullish, and then pull the rug under from out from under. That's how it works. So this makes sense. Any confusion? Anyone concerned? Does not make sense? Complete total sense? I hope so. I hope it makes total sense. Because it's not, I don't know, like looking at NDAQ again. I thought about shorting this one again. Oversold, rallying back. I'm not, it just it is what it is. MicroStrategy. Now here's the thing. We're waiting for Bitcoin. Here you go. We talked about the 200-day. Again, you had multi-day ranges. This is why, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, watch the education video. Multi-day ranges are so freaking important. That's why when everyone's watching the 5-minute and 10-minute and they don't zoom out, sometimes they don't see this stuff. Netflix, as we talked about, 700 failure, chopping around. Roblox, again, we like this long. If it breaks out, it's about to go. You are building pressure at the highs. High and tight is bullish, y'all. High and tight is bullish. And I have to say it how many times? Right? How many times? Because I'm sitting here taking notes for myself, like, watch Roblox pullbacks. All right. Because, I mean, it makes sense. Trading around this one, watching it here and there. I mean, got some longer dated stuff. Like, okay, see what happens here. And if, again, I get stopped out, fine. I define my risk. I put my stop in. It's not hard. Pan W, another one, chopping around high and tight. Tesla, again, if you bought the dip this morning, congrats. People all freaking out. Oh, broke the 50-day, game over. I mean, it feels like it's going to fill this silly gap at some point. Again, I'm not bullish long term, but I do expect there to be games. And this is where, if you know how to trade around it and you realize it's a trader's market, you're gonna absolutely crush it. You could make your year, week, month, whatever in hours. Insight, again, we like this one down the pullback. I like this in the 50s. Pfizer talked about this one like potentially breaking out, meaning like just coming holding over. Man, look at that 50-day pulling back. You got it now. Again, next level, get over 29. See you in the 30-40s. Could get up here again. Just keep an eye on it. Mickey D's chopping around again. I'm not a fan of chasing it up here, but I mean, I think in time it actually makes sense more short. But just watch what happens up here. DKNG. Wow, look at this squeezer. Trend line, 200-day, keep it in play. Airbnb, dead cat chopping, just kind of Costco holding up pretty damn well. Watching the 900 level. Starbucks, we talked about it, probably holding the 92 level. Is it going to break out? Needed more information. But if you held it, and again, we talked about holding here, congrats. Better Express, I mean, this thing was down, comes back, chopping around, said it's oversold. Again, looking to short pops. Caterpillar, meow meow. Hits the 200-day. Look at that. Bounce, bounce. Big choppy range. I mean, it's just wait. This is why when you're shorting, it's not a forever trade. And when you're going long, you're trading around your positions. DE, kind of chopping around. Nucor, again, steel names all over the place. This one's getting interesting down here. This is nuts, because that could be, man. I mean, again, I'm not going to go out on a limb here and just flat out say it, but I'm going to put this arrow here. And we'll see what happens here. If you follow the channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. X, I think it's a bottom. Drops, chopping around. We like that long term. Discounts, VALE, chopping around. Arrow, again, we like junior copper. I like all commodities, but I just don't want to trade them for the long term. Looking for the capitulations. CCJ, congrats, Lupus, my friend. Nice call. Double bottom. Potentialities, rally back, I mean. 41. Again, if you took some profits today, makes sense. CF ag names, we talked about these. Let them chop around. Not much to say. Chop around. NTR, all of them chop around. I mean, they're at lows, which again, if you probably backed into these for the long term, you'd probably be fine. But just, I don't know. Again, like especially like aluminum, you'd probably be fine down here, but I don't want to buy them right now when there's better trades, right? Like it's always a risk reward. XLF, look at this. Comes right back. Talk about breaking the 20-day. Okay, you drop. We said watch the last couple days. Again, this is what, it's not that hard. 8 and 10 day. Look at that. Curls around 3 days, drops, rallies back. Now I'd be watching that same kind of crap around 45. JP Morgan, I mean, their stock is toast in the long term, but holding the 100-day, that's fine. Let these play around. Like, again, big down, chop. Big down, chop. Morgan Stanley, chop around. Bank of America, again, Buffett can't sell it fast enough. I told you guys he sells on the pops. People are like, oh, what's it going to do now? Like, probably rise. Buffett will sell more, and then you'll hear it. And then eventually, in time, not maybe has to implode, but these things will head lower. Already Goldman Sachs, holding 100-day, worth a watch. Carry, again, junior banks, trash. This is why we're talking about. I like tech. I think it's the easiest trade near term. XBI, again, junior bio is just worth watching. Chopping around, can't get over the range highs. Right? Any questions? Nope. Good. XHB, again, housing index. You'd think these names would be going higher. Again, I really don't know how they are. I mean, sales are slowing. They're below the COVID lows, like inventory sale wide. And there's really no respite in any of the foreseeable future. Just be careful. TAN, look at this. We talked about this range lows. Look at that. Of course, if Kamala wins, solar up. Solar up. Beam me up, Scotty, right? Sedge again. Popping. ENPH, same thing. I mean, if you had shorts on today and you did not take some profits and, ooh, look at First Solar. Look at this boner of a candle. Right? Keep an eye on this level. If it breaks over it near term, again, this is setting up perfect for traps, in my opinion. HYG. You like that. Holding the 20-day. Again, you got to be high to buy corporate debt. Let's just call it what it is. Oil makes sense to bounce. Again, if Kamala's winning, do you think supply will go up or down? Down. Will prices go up? Yes, that would be obvious to me. UNG, again, I like KOLD short better than UNG. It's a despicable product. Buy short the decaying products, please. Please, please, please. XOPs. I know some folks are taking stabs down here. Makes sense. Look at that wick, y'all. Man, we talk about defining your risk, watching traps, and also knowing that like at highs and lows, you get some pretty wild action. That's, again, pretty wild. Wild. CVE. Chopping around. Valero. We talked about the gasoline names leading. Make new lows, rally back. MPC, right? Keep an eye on it. Retesting the range. I mean, you can play the range lows. ExxonMobil, all over the place. We talked about yesterday getting down to the 200-day. Look at that. Does hold, though, 108. Worth a watch. Occidental. I mean, everyone's like pissed off that that's dropping. I'm pretty sure Buffett is laughing his way to the bank because he's like, I sold calls. You bought my calls. Everybody pays me. Yeah, he's loving it. So again, I don't know what the downside price is at this point. I mean, I was hoping you'd get a flush more when the VIX blew up, but maybe you have to be more patient, right? EQT, again, we like this name long term. Let these gas names play out. We got gas, big consolidation pattern. And same thing with the Flex LN Jizzle. Just worth a watching. So again, I appreciate it, you guys. If you're doing well, leave a comment below. Hit the heart button. Please share. I've noticed the viewership is down a bunch. I don't know if that's shadow banning or what's going on, but if you're watching, I appreciate leaving a comment below. If you've watched this far, put a heart in there. Show your love and support, and let me know how I can help you. If you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Always here. Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Congratulations again if you're stomping it like most are involved in the room. Talk to you later. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.